Okay. To an alternate history of this war. There's a time I actually shouldn't spoil anything. Welcome, like 7 people. Welcome 7 people. No, 6. No, welcome 6 people. 6 or 7 people. I don't. It's probably 6 or 7. If it's not just me or my mom. Of the Austrian. That's bad. Okay, that's better. So the war is gonna start regularly. I don't know how to spell it. Regularly. That's the way it started. But then this online thing will go on. So yeah. But here's the things that happened first. And we're starting with a huge history changer, and that is the capture of Belgrade by the Austrians. The rest of Serbia's capture becomes imminent as Austrian troops move into Nice. Bulgaria joins very early and invades Nice. This is not the right. Yeah, that's it. This ends with this. But currently the war isn't over, so I don't want to cut it. But even though this might seem like an incredibly unrealistic Central Powers victory at first, we have one massive divergence, and that's Russia actually mobilizing. Russia has a mobilized military, way stronger defenses, and just puts a lot more resources into Austria-Hungary, which allows them to sneak over the Carpathian Mountains and launch a mass offensive. Moving quickly into the Danube, and with chaos starting, the original Russian objective of starting an Hungarian and basically Slavic revolt within Austria-Hungary has succeeded. The Hungarian revolt starts and pushes the Russian troops. Along with that, they move into Vienna. Austrian troops are forced to capitulate and sign a peace treaty with the Hungarians. So in this treaty, Hungary gains independence and leaves the war. We move forward. But the Germans and the Russians are at stalemate basically, but the stalemate is more favorable to the Germans. The regular offensive happens, but this time Belgium is defeated, but they are nowhere near Paris. The British blockade is hurting them massively. The year enters 1915, and basically the same thing happens in the Middle East. The Ottomans start the war. This time Russia being mobilized, the Ottomans are unable to move up north, so they get pushed back even harder. Now they're still gonna win at Kut, but the Arab revolt also never doesn't happen. The Sharif of Mecca died of some random heart attack because he was 50 years old probably. After this we see, even though the Turks have been able to drive the Brits out of Mesopotamia, they are looking very weak. The world enters 1916. German starvation is way up. It's so attrition's alternate WW1 is 1 year longer. So that means Russia is on its breaking point in 1916. Does the provisional government still rise? Probably no. But there is one hope for the Austrians, and that is to form Ukraine or get solidified territory in the Balkans. As you can see, troops move and move. Eventually, all of Galicia is liberated. You could say, most of it didn't want to be part of Austria-Hungary anyway, so no, it's probably most of them wanted to be independent, not Russian client states or the Russian subjects. With Russia on its breaking point and its economic collapsing, we see Russia surrender. In the 1st of February 1918, I made that date. But yeah, the 1st of February 1916 actually happened. Shocking. In order to appease the Austro-Hungarians, the Germans decided to give the Austro-Hungary some control of Poland, but Volhynia, but the Duchy of Brest was created as a German puppet state, similar to Romania's merging with Belarus. In the northwest part of Ukraine, that is at Galicia. With Russia being officially out of the war, that cracks out the Ottomans, even though Russian surrender, don't actually gain anything, that Russia just leaving. So they're basically in the same situation by 1917. And since Germany has no navy, the Lusitania doesn't happen. And but I forgot one thing. The Easter uprising is actually successful and leads to an independent Ireland. Pro Central Powers, but doesn't join the war for obvious reasons. Even the Germans barely controlled the seas in this timeline, so a brutal trench war is playing out. With both Germany and France on its breaking point, the first to surrender is France. The German troops quickly move into Paris and capture it. This finally leads to the end of the Great War and the Paris Peace Agreement. The Paris Peace Agreement wasn't a total victory for Germany, with no Luxembourg, probably some minor German gains in the north, and German puppet control over Belgium. But at home, the war with Britain is still continuing on as Britain signed another treaty. But before that, we move on to the Treaty of Belgrade. Since Austria was in the war less, they gained less things. Serbia and Montenegro is formed, and a merged state between the two nations, and Bulgaria gets this hand. So the war still continues for just a few months in the Middle East and other areas. And the Ottomans on the brink of surrender. Both countries on the brink of surrender too signed the Ottoman peace treaty. The Ottomans kept Syria, but the rest goes to Britain, while for Islamic holy cities, which for respect made Hejaz independent. The rest became the English Mandate of Arab of and the rest became a direct British colony. The Ottoman Empire survives, and we end up in this post-war war. But there is something major that will happen, and that's the German Revolution. And this is the area where I live with While the soldier mutiny kill still happens, and the revolution and what's not, along with the end of the First World War. So after this will be the end of